It is a special evening. It's right before the cusp of my solar return, which is tomorrow. And tomorrow, I definitely plan on spending, just really out of the wavelengths of, just the standard thing I normally do every day, and I'm dialing out. And I get this opportunity every year to share this space with so many special beings, including my family. They always try to surprise me. It's always weird. And I guess I'm not easy to surprise, dealing with so much paranormal stuff. It's just like, oh, okay. And with that being said, though, this is also, we normally do drive-bys on Friday, but it is Thursday because of this. And obviously I'm wound up a bit because I'm ready to just go in. I already was actually on cloud 30 before the whole thing started this evening. And then I was surprised by that there is going to be just a happy birthday. And I have Ara with me. I have Jeanette with me. I also think that we're now broadcasting live on YouTube. As you know, this is Today the Fortress. It's about the depth level of initiation and getting onto that next phase for our consciousness. So we also do our round of wholeness, but so let's do this, and then we're gonna do our round of wholeness. Then we're gonna get a little lifted, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into the build this evening. So what do you need me to do? All right, Slim. So they're calling Slim's forward here. Apparently she has something to do with this secrecy. All right, let me set the lines. I'm not sure if Sean got the lines so nobody can unmute or what's
That's on you, my man.
Yeah, this is a surprise. I'm like, okay, what kind of surprise? All right, so
right, hey, let's oh yeah, look at that. Let's give Shucks and our sister Slim's access. So co-host, right, brother.
Okay. Right.
Birthday. It's Seven's birthday.
All right. Do you have access to that over there? Because let me see. Let me try to see. Slim's.
You guys hear me?
And all right, so you got some co-host action going on. And
Wholeness. You guys hear me?
all right, wholeness. And then who else is supposed to have some co-host action over here?
Chuck.
That's Shucks. Shucks won.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So tomorrow is your birthday, solar return. We, the tribe, we love you. We so appreciate you, and we want to honor you today. So we have some special presentations and some special guests that are going to be saying a few words to you. And we want to sing happy birthday to you. So I don't know if you could unmute everyone so we could all sing happy birthday and proceed with our evening of celebrating you, Mr. Seven Bomar. You are so appreciated. You are loved. We honor you today, your 43rd time around the sun, and we thank you. So everyone, are you guys all there? We're gonna sing happy birthday. You guys ready? All right. So 3. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy
¡Feliz cumpleaños!
Gracias.
Brother bless.
An infinite more to you. Rise. You are.
Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, I'm supposed to do some blow candles, I guess. I saw these sparkling. I'm thinking they're gonna light back up, but I guess not.
All right. So, first up, we have Mama Chi. Are you on the line, Mama Chi? Is she in the line? Has she made it around yet? Mama Chi, are you there? No? Okay.
Make sure she's on to speak.
Is she up?
All right, so while she's jumping in, I wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much, everyone, for the lovely surprise. Obviously, I came in this evening trained to go, and I'm still going. I'm still going because I definitely got that heat with me. Like I feel divinely inspired this evening. I feel like that we've come the closest, and we're coming closer to the other realm of our ancestors. And, you know, that's often signified as this round that we do towards Halloween. And that's a holiday that has been completely corrupted, but our ancestors celebrated it as a time to actually come and see us in this prism and give us all of the love and the encouragement for what the great beyond has for us as we're here learning our lessons and learning what it is to really be in these bodies and to be with these souls and to have these great responsibilities. So I wanted to say thank you for everyone that joined today. And also, I know, let's see if Mama Chi is now on the line. But I came in here like you'll see what I'm talking about here in a moment. You know, after we get done a little bit with the formalities, fools rush in. So, what do we got? All right, see, it's on me.
Mama Chi on the line? All right. Well, is our brother Life on the line? Let's see. All right, Chuck.
Classic.
You can.
Classic. Hey, you know what it is? It's a day early. So, you know, this is like a dry run for my birthday surprise tomorrow, everyone. So there was like a little rehearsal and, you know, some folks are a little late showing up. So who's next now, John?
Yes. So, Brother Nathaniel, are you on the line? You do a special presentation.
I did see Nathaniel. He's in the mix.
Yes. Brother Nathaniel is here.
Here we are tuning in. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Let's get a spotlight on that man.
Right. How's everyone doing?
Good, good, good.
Filled.
Wow. Thank you for this space that we find ourselves in. Thank you for this divine union and reunion that we continue to come into and step into. I'm very grateful always. And I love the energy. And as it's been the last, week or so much synchronicity, so much clarity. And, I feel like it's all been leading up to this day. And so gratitude, wholeness to the ancestors that how many, what was it, like nine generations, 9 grands or something like that, over 400 years. So there's so much of us here. And so may we express fully and allow who we are through. And so I wrote something earlier. And it's simple. Sometimes the 9 has me running around in circles and the 1 keeps me on point and it has things simple. So thank you for allowing me to open it up as well. Happy birthday, brother. Love you, Savon. First of all, giving thanks to the ancestors Breathing life in this moment is a planned gesture. Giving thanks to pillars in the space, original Tesla coils in your face. Giving thanks to the reflections on the ship. Giving thanks to the projections of our kids, encoded with the learnings that we've lived. Giving thanks to the shoulders on which we stand. The ship will never fall, but it may land. To breathe a different breath, that is the plan. Then to go within and to expand. Giving thanks to all the pleasures and the pain, and all the times that we danced when it rained. Giving thanks to all the payments that were made, and the time that we invested and we saved. The minds in the prisons in the cage. If you see a lion and he's timid, don't engage. We were born to be free and roam the plain. Giving thanks to you, 7, and your projections, and all the pillars in the space to help erect it. Giving thanks, big brother, for remembering you. It serves as a reminder to remember we. Giving thanks for being in your center. Giving thanks to the womb that you entered. Giving thanks to all the minds that you connect to. If Kanye doesn't win, we might elect you. No podium is enough for these infinite terms. Happy birthday, 7, another infinite turn, wholeness.
Wholeness. Wholeness.
Beautiful. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Giving
So
thanks.
now we have brother J. Rowe. Are you on the line, brother J. Rowe?
What? I see J. Rowe in there.
Yeah, my bad, 7. Happy born day, family.
What's good? What's
Day
good?
What's going on? My bad. I just gotta jump in real quick. I'm in the Mandarin class. How you doing?
My man, wholeness.
All right, and right. Thank you, brother J. Rowe. All right, Chucks, if you could please play Ann's video for us.
Should let me air this thing out.
Are we all seeing the screen share right now?
Yes, we are.
Happy birthday, Savon. Love you, brother. This is a special presentation from our sister, Ann, and it goes a little something like this.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Giving thanks to our sister Ann and her. You know, I heard that Ann is famous worldwide for her choreography, and we see why. Giving thanks for her presence and all her contributions to the tribe on this special day.
Thank you, Simon, for everything that you have done for us and for this group. And I was inspired by Sven's meditation, our manifestation meditation, where he led us to imagine the geometry of the center of the sunflower. And so my dream was to weave that from desert to ocean in a dance for us all, and an honor for us all.
Wow. We give thanks, sister. Thank you so much. Wow. So are y'all ready for me to warm this thing up this evening? Are y'all, I mean, even hotter than what it is right now. Like I got that fire with me. Like what's happening? What's going on?
We got one more. We got a few more things actually. If
Okay.
Brother Chucks, if you could please roll out our a little thing that we were doing. You can introduce that. I think we have about 9.
The Menti meter.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Wholeness Tribe, this is a group participation effort in honor of our brother Sevan. I will share the screen, and what we're going to do is, before I do that, let me get this ready. I'm going to put a link in the chat. When you see this link, you can click on this link, and what we're going to do is all contribute one word that resonates with Sevan. What do you think about as one word when you think about Sevan? Or how would you describe Sevan in one word? Or use that one word as you wish regarding our brother in honor of him. The link is now in the chat. You click on that. It will ask you to submit one word. After you submit one word, it'll take you to another screen where you can write a personal message to our brother as a virtual birthday card. And you'll see these one words appear on the screen in my screen share. Oh. It looks like people are going at it. Are we all seeing the screen share? Okay, yep. So I'll play some music as these roll in. All right, looks like perfect timing. We still have some more words filtering in. What I'm going to do is play another track and switch to the next screen to see if there are any birthday card messages. And after this build, I will put a link in the tribe chat in Geneva for everyone to be able to see this presentation and to see all the messages. And of course, Savan as well. You're gonna have to be able to, read all the messages at a later date, hopefully tomorrow on your actual birthday. We love you, brother. And let me just flip to this next track for a couple of minutes and switch to the next screen. Wholeness. Giving thanks, let's pass it on to the next presenter.
Giving thanks and thanks. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Okay, we have Destin up next. Destin, are you available? Are you ready to present?
Here.
Word.
I am here. So I have a piece that I'd like to share. I created it from scratch for fortunately or unfortunately, many things have been unsuspected today. But may I please share content? Pretty please.
I went and left a birthday note.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen because I'm on my iPad, so I can't just share sound. Okay, this is best with headphones, but if you don't, your speakers will do just fine. 7, giving thanks, man. Can we hear this?
Yes.
The ability to see. The ability to be. That is partially what you mean to me. You grant wisdom. You grant power. You grant knowledge. And most of all, you grant you. You grant access to your space. You grant access to the one race. See, what you bring forth is more than just gold. What you bring forth is fragments of the soul. But even more, you bring the glue that's able to meld and make these fragments shine together. The energy you possess is no secret, but this secret has been kept. What you have done is shown us the keys to unlock the doors within. Doors which we forget we've created ourselves. Doors we forget are just dividing us from ourselves. See, the Unity Code has been one of the greatest lessons, let alone the greatest blueprint. And with this blueprint, we can build, we can create, we can love, we can be, we can see with wholeness and balanced vibrations. Vibrations we all possess. Vibrations in which I must confess I've held back for too long. And for this, I honor you. I honor we. I honor thee.
So,
Hey.
I could barely even hear it, but I seen when it was going down. So giving thanks. Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. Brother. You need to go ahead and go forward with that and get some of them some of them deep escapade, explore, meditation tracks happening. And I love the way the beats and the ambience. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely will send that forward to the chat. It is your gift, so if you feel comfortable with that being with the chat, then I shall do so. And yeah, giving thanks.
Thank you.
Giving thanks, giving thanks. Thank you, brother. That was beautiful. So I have a gift for you, Devon. It's a song that I was inspired to write because of your teachings and your leadership. So if you could please, Brother Chucks, play that for us. And this is my gift to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second. The file just closed on me, but I had a chance to see this prior to anyone else. So I'm talking to fill the time here, fill the space here. I had a chance to see this before anyone else. And I must say, sister, you did a phenomenal job on this. And let's see here. Explain a little bit more about it, please, while I readjust this.
I often get inspired after hearing the lectures and tribe vibes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. My apologies for the delay. And
it's gonna be coursing through our veins, so that was the inspiration behind that. And I thank you for all of your leadership and how profoundly you have transformed my life. And I'm sure many of us in Tribe feel the same way. And we're excited, looking forward to the next
all right,
venture.
Tribe, I hope you're ready for this. Here we go.
Sovereignty running through our veins, yeah, yeah. We're on that road, no fits, no glam, no, no. Steady connected to the fam, yeah, yeah. No more reluctance to advance, yeah, yeah. Energy flowing through our hands, yeah, yeah. Our minds been open, we got plans, yeah, yeah. Walking upon those sacred lines. It's our time to shine bright. Our time to shine bright. It's our time to shine bright. Bright. Right. Quantum creations in our glance, yeah, yeah. It's time to take our final stance, yeah, yeah. Swirling right through the cosmic dance, yeah, yeah. This is our space, we'll take our chance, yeah, yeah. Breathing into hypnotic trance, yeah. We're gaining wisdom to expand, yeah, yeah. We're going inward to enhance. It's our time to shine bright. It's our time to shine bright. It's our time to shine bright. 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 sovereignty running through our veins. Yeah, yeah. Attuning self to balance frames. Yeah, yeah. Shifting awareness to our core. Yeah, yeah. We're on a quest to eternal truth. Ooh, ooh. We glow our light throughout the night. We are united despite the lies. Yeah, yeah. We're rich in knowledge. Yeah, this is our college. We're rich in knowledge. This is our college. Yeah, we're rich in knowledge. This is our college. Ooh, we're rich in knowledge. It's our time. Shine bright. It's our time. Shine bright. 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 Shine, shine, shine bright, shine bright, shine bright, shine bright, shine, 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 shine bright, shine bright, shine bright, shine bright. Sovereignty running through our veins.
Hey.
We see you, sister.
Yeah. I love that
Loving
part.
that hat.
Where's the record label? Let's go.
Go.
All right, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you, Savon. So up next we have Rukia. She has an illustration to share with us. You ready, Rukia?
Wholeness, everyone. So in the lightheartedness, I decided to do an illustration of 7.
Oh, nice.
Just really fun. I haven't drawn a character or a person in a while. I'll put it in the chat because I would love to hear what 7 has for us this evening. So wholeness.
Okay. I'm excited. I hope I get a chance to frame that and have that somewhere. I've always been looking for a self-drawn image.
That's awesome because it's actually been on my to-do list since joining Tribe. I was like, is that too much? But I seeing you as it just ignites something in my inner child of that person that leads you back to yourself. And that being my favorite thing to do is draw. So it was very heartfelt. I'm very thankful to have this complete.
The sweater was fire too.
You got there with you.
Well, not really.
You say wholeness? All right. Good night, sweetie.
All right. We are almost done. Is Andrew Seeley, Life, Ryan, Mama 7, or Savannah on the line?
He's in Egypt. How is he going to be here?
Time. If not, I guess we're going to keep it moving. So is Andrew Seeley?
Andrew Seeley he's in Egypt. I just talked to him.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got a life, Ryan. All right. Well, you know what? Anyone else have anything else to say?
Correction.
Yes, I would like to say something, Cassandra.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go now. I'm actually gonna read. I wrote it down so I can stay on track, and I'm gonna be under 3 minutes. So I'm gonna write this down, and then I'm gonna read what I wrote, and then I'm gonna show you my surprise. Spectacular solar return, Savon. I want you to know how powerful and magnificent you are. You saved my life. You saved lives. As I was in so much physical pain, I was too in this incarnation, I said to myself, there has to be some relief from all this. I was in so much pain that I want to be around. Then I came to Secret Energy and I did the detox. I did the astral hygiene. I did the tissue cell salts, the diatomaceous earth, the alka-based blood purifier. I really missed that blood purifier and the mega hydrate. And that was the beginning of the great healing. And you keep everything so positive. And so my gift to you, and I'm going to be really brief, is I have a surprise for you because I know you are about action. And I did something that I didn't think I could do because I was immobile. I actually couldn't move. And so I have a surprise. I'm going to turn on my video. We're going to turn on the light. And can you turn on the light?
Sorry, we're off grid.
Yeah, we're off grid. We're off grid. So I that journey. I cannot believe I actually did it because I was afraid of the COVID. And so Tribe really did help me heal. I know you're about actually surprised myself. I'm out on the, out on the river. We're going out and just riding. It's just been so amazing. And there's so much doing. It's working. To all the people out there, this is a true testimony. I had a head injury and I could not move. And it's been a long journey. And so I am down here and doing those actionables regarding the parcels of land. So wholeness, brother, and happy birthday. And I love you from the bottom of my heart. You saved my life. Happy birthday.
Grand solar return, brother. I'm following up behind you on Sunday.
Absolutely.
So you have to have proof. You have to have proof. You know how you have to have proof. So that's what
proof of life.
You're about actions. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So happy birthday.
I can dig it. I just want to let everybody know, for those that, they're off grid. So, the internet is not that 5G. Who wants that, right? And what our sister Cassandra is saying is that, not only has she gone through a process of healing herself using the applications that have been made available by all of us in the research that we've done, and just continuing to go forward with regeneration, but she's also got opportunity to brave some of her fears, especially during these times, about going places and doing things. And she's linked up with one of our famous tribe members who has taken herself all around the country and began to just find her way into sovereignty also. And so she's happy to be in that space. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for the tribe, for making those synchronicities happen and making those ends meet. We always see ourselves as bridges between one space to the next. And that's the beautiful thing about Secret Energy, is that anybody that's rocking with us, it's a specific vibration and a frequency that is aware and resonant. So when you need something and you're in a space where, you got to get some assistance on something, we're going to be the go-to, because we've all been through it before. And what we always do is we bring whatever we have as issues in the space, because we know solutions exist before the problem. So thank you so much, sister, for coming through. I just wanted to make sure that everyone was crystal clear on what our sister Cassandra was saying over there with our sister Seclinda Wholeness. So what's up, Slims? Y'all ready for me yet? I mean,
we're not ready for you yet. I just
the suspense is making me sick.
This is really on behalf of everybody that doesn't take the mute button like me all the time. You're so amazing, and the best part of being human is to be able to share it with people like yourself. So when the mysteries of all the mysteries, and we discover all of the mysteries, and there's no mysteries, the only mystery that I want to uncover at the end is the fact that we'll see each other again in every lifetime, because you are us and we are you. And there's no higher maxim. So happy solar return. May all the abundance come to you effortlessly, all of the love, all of the peace, and everything that you prefer.
So you and your family and your child and your friends and all of us here on behalf of Tribe, happy freaking birthday.
Nashe. Nashe. Much love, family. Much love. Yeah, it's some love too. It's real short because again, we love we, and again, I can't stop bring it down because I give thanks, brother, for all you do and all we do together as the one that has been reunited with the best part of this thing we call life. So I thank you for allow us to reintroduce ourselves. Our name, it goes without measure. So giving thanks, family. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Giving thanks, Sevan Bomar. I know that you are ready to do what you do best, which is be you in the presence of us, and we love we. I was gonna play your whole song with heart, but I feel you, and I just want to say thank you so much for saving my life too. Thank you so much for being the demonstration and exemplification of truth, of a human experience in its utmost fullest potential. I can go on and on ad infinitum, and I'm so thankful that we get to wholeness and balanced vibrations. Love you all so much. Thank you, Sevan.
Thank you, sis. Don't think you're gonna get out of. Maybe you may get out of playing that harp. I'm not sure, but at least by the end of this, maybe you take us, into the dream space with that. But yeah, as you know, I do got something that it's just I'm here and I'm present with Tribe. I feel so much connection, and I come in here and I come in here with everything that I have, and to be met with this type of level of connection, love. This is something that I want us all to enjoy, and that's what we brought to the space. And even though today I'm here, my birthday is actually tomorrow. That's on purpose also because today is everyone's birthday. This is the time for the tribe to come together and just celebrate, because we've reached a major milestone in all of our creations, and we have so much more to give. Yeah.
Wholeness. On that note, I would like to, my video's been off because we just added 25 panels of solar panel to our roof while you guys were singing happy birthday. So 25 adds to 7. So across this grid and this network, with all my love from Australia to every tribe member, Sevan, I think we are all this massive bunch of flowers, and with that gift we give you, we are all unique, we're all different, and all different types of flowers. Some flowers will go across the air, and some will create fruit and then go into the earth. Some with the fruit we will digest, and I was even thinking the bees and the nectar, the honey that they create, and you have allowed each of us to blossom, and we are in our own ways have this nectar, this golden soma, this essence that runs through each of ourselves. And I'm truly blessed and grateful and appreciative of every single one of you. So and that's because of Sevan. So happy solar return, and to all of us, so much wholeness and love, balanced vibrations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Now our final presentation is White Wolf.
Oh, come on. Y'all didn't went all the way out. Y'all pulling out all
Yo,
stops.
yo.
Y'all
Can you
pulling
hear
out
me?
all stops. Wholeness.
Wholeness. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go, man. Yeah, no, it's good to be a part of this and see you, my brother. And we're actually 5 days apart within our birthdays, so
that's wild.
We journeyed through many universes, and yeah, absolutely love you, bro. Absolutely love you. I got this guitar here. I know that everyone's been sharing beautiful music like that. I can try and play 7 Arrows. I haven't played it in so long, man, and it's like I'll probably forget it. You'll probably remember the lyrics before I do. You know what I mean? But you can probably come in like that. But I thought I could share that as a little honoring. you know, we've had such deep journeyings, and you know, I think even beyond words. So I couldn't even give words beyond our connection, and yeah. So I'm just gonna say like that. But I think music can translate that love that we share, and love you and your family lots. And yeah, happy birthday for tomorrow, bro.
Thank you, bro.
So it sounds all right because I'm used to like microphones and stuff.
I know, yeah. I don't know if Zoom can deliver studio quality. Let me put this thing on original sound.
Yeah.
And play what's on your heart.
Even if it clips, just feel the love, you know what I mean?
This song's for the next generation, singing for humanity's purification. This evolution with its only solution. Sing for the earth, a beauty in motion. This ancient frequency, our ancestors' remedy, flown through you and me, fulfilling these ancient prophecies. This is our destiny. Come over here, brothers. I see 7 sacred arrows in the fire, bringing our prayers higher and higher into one of peace. Bobby, to one of truth. And as a sacred woman, she prays over the water for all the children, for the sons and daughters, carrying these prayers through the universe. Carrying these prayers through the universe. Can you hear the eagle in the sky, singing beyond dimensions and times? Carrying these prayers for the universe. Carrying these prayers for the universe. Hey, can you hear the eagle of light, shining so bright, singing the songs for humanity to truly unite. Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Simon! I see 7 sacred arrows in the fire, bringing our prayers higher and higher into one of peace, into one of truth. And as a sacred woman, she prays over the water for all the children, for the sons and daughters, carrying these prayers for the universe. Carrying these prayers for the universe. Can you hear the eagle in the sky, singing beyond dimensions and time? Carrying these prayers for the universe. Carrying these prayers for the universe. Can you hear the eagle of light, shining so bright, singing the song? Happy birthday for humanity to truly unite. Happy birthday. henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday to you, Seven. Yana henne, Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday to you, Seven. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday to you, Seven. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday. Yana henne, happy birthday to you, Seven. See Seven sacred hours in the fire, bringing out prayers higher and higher into one of peace, into one of truth. And as a sacred woman, she prays over the water for all the children, for the sons and daughters, carrying these prayers for the universe, carrying these prayers for the universe. Can you hear the eagle in the sky, singing beyond dimensions and times, carrying these prayers for the universe, carrying these prayers for the universe. Can you hear the eagle of light, shining so bright, singing the songs for humanity to truly unite? Happy birthday to you, Seven.
Yeah. Love you, Seven.
We're probably clipping the whole time with all of that, but yeah, love you.
Man,
lots.
it went great. It went great. That original sound. Woo!
Happy birthday, Seven. Love you, bro.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro. Great to see everyone. Wow, look at those smiles. That's the greatest birthday anyone can have. I heard you all the way over here.
For sure you did.
Luca, Thomas, thank you. Thank you so much. Barbie, thank you. So amazing. In love, family.
Yeah, love you, bro. Be love.
See you soon. Wow. Wow. Where we at, Slims? You got some aquatic. Y'all bought a dolphin? I mean, what's good? What's next? I mean, to top that, you got a dolphin in the house, or what's up? Wow.
We love you and we thank you. And that's all we have for you tonight. So we thank you. We should give you more, but this is what we have from our hearts to yours, from the depth of our soul. You are loved, you are appreciated. We honor you and we thank you. Happy birthday.
Wow. Thank you. I trust that everyone here feels the love and the connection that is shared in this space. What we have created here again is the connection. And this is the point that we all meet. And this is the space that we all have an opportunity to enjoy when we allow ourselves. I want to really, really take a moment, first of all, to give thanks to everyone who was a part of putting this together. Giving thanks to my family, my wife, Ara, Jeanette, and everything that has been given to me by this tribe, the pillars, those who've been here with us through thick and thin, those who've given themselves the opportunity to come into a greater level of expansion and understanding with themselves. As we can see, even at this very moment, that it has paid off immensely. This taking ourselves through the lessons that we need to learn and staying on point. Also giving ourselves the opportunity to smile, to know that no matter what, this is just a short time that we're here, and most of our time is spent everlasting. And if we can get this balanced, not necessarily right, but if we can get this balanced, then we come into a space with everything as we continue on from here. I wanted to give a moment for this to breathe because it's still a second segment to this great presentation, and it actually fits in just perfectly. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and send this around one time through the cosmos. We're going to send some wholeness and balance vibration through the space. If you have your Palo Santo and you have your sage, this would be a great opportunity to go ahead and blaze up and give yourself just that moment to stretch it out. We receive so much energy and so much connection from others that are here. Check my lines real quick. And also, this is just a centerfold, a great level of awareness to see how tribe is able to accomplish this unity in these days and these times. We always have this saying that we speak with each other in the heart, because the greatest level of communication that we can often exercise is silence. And in that space, we hear everything. So there's an ebb and flow, like we see some come and go, but we always know that we're always together. Unity is not an option. It's not a choice. It's just something that you get an opportunity to discover and see how it's so much more superior than division. So with that being said, I'm Seven Bomar. I'm in Costa Rica. Wholeness and Balance Vibrations Tribe. There is something this evening. I really wanted to go in on this fortress. It's actually, I'm glad that all of this happened, because it's a nice, what can I describe it as? It's a very nice, juicy piece of resonance for the rest of your strong. This is not the week. It's Thursday right now. We have a few more days. We just had our full moon. As I said, this is the time where the realms are closest together. So we're going to start this by sending out that wholeness. I'm going to refresh myself, get a little bit of water. I would suggest that you do the same on your end. And let's just ride out into something really briefly about the ancient knowledge in relation to these elements, so that way we can understand how to build our fortress and how to create the type of energetics and the type of connection and the type of environment that we're going to need to not only continue to push through what we're experiencing in the world, but also to thrive. We're not doing this, just barely. We're not the victims. We're actually here to expand in this and really make something of it. The story is not over. So even if the beginning was a page turner and a thriller, and, it was even some scary moments in there, that's just really contributing to the climax right now. So let's go ahead and send it around one time. Wholeness and Balance Vibrations Tribe.
One more thing, Seven. We have Mama Chi and Andrew on the line now. So they can just take it away. Great.
Thank you, Wholeness family. Son, I wanted to let you know that I was a laborer right about this time, even though it took until tomorrow to bring you forth. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for bringing us through that opening door to into that eternal knowledge and wisdom. We are all enlightened, and we are grateful for you forever. Wholeness.
Wholeness. Love you, Mom.
Blessings.
Love you
Wholeness,
too.
Mama Chi, and wholeness, Savon. Just wanted to send some love over here from Egypt. And
there he is.
Blessings. Happy birthday to you, my brethren. Many, many more. And just wanted to give great gratitude for the continuous wisdom that you continue to spread throughout this earth, and absolute blessings that you continue to share with us all. And may we continue to uplift with the Initiatory yoga. I'm on the bus right now heading to Lexor to continue to bring forth the effervescence that is the love tribe, and may we continue to uplift and thrive. and excited to be back in Costa Rica with you sooner than later.
Absolutely. He in Kemet, y'all. Y'all over there in Kemet. He got that Kemet look all on his face.
Yes, fully immersed in Kemet, tapping into the codes, downloading, and ready to share even more. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, brother. Wow, that's our brother Andrew Seeley, Initiatory Yoga, and so many amazing, beautiful creations in Kemet right now, sending that energy and love, anchoring this grid as we're going through this amazing connection. I know also our sister India, she's at the Sun Temple in Mexico. I found that also very synchronistic. So, we got this.
You think?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, there she is. Okay, let's go in.
Oh my God. I was just, Andrew, I am so happy that you're holding the temples on the other side. I was walking to the temples today and I was thinking of you, family, and you, Savannah, and Jeanette, and the family. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm walking these ancient temples, the sun and the moon and Quetzalcoatl and all this energy. And you're over there in Egypt doing the same. So yeah, giving thanks for the synchronicities, the holding a space that we're doing and sharing and coming together in family and sharing love, So sending all my love to you, Seven, James, so many names. But, it's been such a journey and I'm so blessed. And, from the moment that we met, all the different times in space. So giving thanks for that and giving thanks for having you in my life with Jeanette and Ara. I am truly blessed. So thank you. Can't wait to keep weaving more and expanding this family so much more. Sending you love.
Woo, love. Whew. I know somebody said in the chat, I can't stop smiling. I think my smile may rip the top of my mouth right now because yes, lots of energy, lots of love, lots of joy, and that synchronistic connection that we all share that just has us in the right space at the right time, or as I always say, the balanced space in the balanced time. And this is those moments. And so if you find yourself in this space this evening, know that you got this just by the laws of resonance. It's really allowing you to be where you're going to have the greatest level of connection. And I wanted to congratulate those who have taken the time and the opportunity to put that into themselves, because as we say, inside you find us all. So we're gonna send this around again. We're gonna send it around one more time. Wholeness and Balanced Vibrations. I'm Seven Bomar. I'm sitting over here in Costa Rica, elated with the tribe. Wholeness, you can unmute yourself and let us know where you're at, and we're gonna send it around one time, and then we're gonna crank it up, and then we're going right in.
Wholeness, my brother Seven. It's so great to be in this space on this day. I honor you so much, brother. It's just an honor to work with you, and I look forward to building and continues to build, brother. So giving thanks for you, Wholeness.
Wholeness, Sean. I'm gonna follow with another Libra because I was on the 13th. So I'm loving this energy. Happy solar return. This is Kwanda in Nashville. I'm so happy that you're happy and that we were here to celebrate you.
Wholeness, Kwanda, Libra vibe, Jaguar Trace here. Thank you so much, Savannah. Happy birthday, bro. Thank you for everything. I'm in Sunrise, Florida, and so grateful to be with each member of our tribe here. Wholeness.
Wholeness Hagora. This is Destin in Essence and Boy Jervis. 7. Giving thanks again. It's past words at this point. So you feel it, you know what I'm saying?
Wholeness Destin, Wholeness Tribe, Wholeness 7. Happy birthday, happy solar lap. Giving thanks for all of life. I'm coming to you today from Ithaca, New York. It's been a wonderful journey, and I look forward to continuing our expansion and our growth in healing and the beyond. Giving thanks.
Yo, C-Pen, what's good?
New York. New York.
Yeah.
Yo, C-Pen.
Wholeness, Dominic.
Wholeness family. It's Mariana from Austin, Texas. And just, I love all of you. And 7, you have touched all of our lives. It's evident here. And I'm just so grateful for the space and for the ever expanding relationship with myself that I gained through my connection and your mentorship and with Tribe. So thank you, Wholeness. Happy birthday.
Wholeness Mariana. Melvin here from Hackney, London, UK. Happy birthday, Savant. Infinite gratitude to you. And Wholeness Tribe. Blessings.
Wholeness Melvin coming in from Missouri with Anubis over here and the cat. Talking those Egypt vibes. My birthday was yesterday. So bringing in that birthday vibes. Wholeness fam. Wholeness and happy birthday, 7.
Happy birthday to you and happy birthday, 7. This is Vivi LNC. I'm tapping in from California. I'm in Visalia. Tomorrow is my solar return as well, so I'll be celebrating with you. I'm turning 30, so we made it that far. Let's keep this going.
Happy born day, 7. J-Ro tapping back in. Sending you a wonderful, I feel like it's everybody's birthday today. I'm not sure if y'all can hear me or not. It's everybody's birthday. Everybody here. Wholeness to everybody. 7. This is your year. This is always your year. Next year is the 22nd, 2022.
Yes.
22nd, right? That's your birthday day. And then it's 43 at 7. This is your year. Let's make it happen across the board, family. With you always, in heart, mind, and infinity, family. J-Ro. Happy born day.
Thank you.
Oh, and it's Brother J-Ro coming to you from South Cac 2, South Carolina. Your brother Curtis Rule, the reflection of you. And it's funny, me and the family went swimming with dolphins this weekend, and it was definitely perfect resonance. Hey, they were speaking in there. It was a party going on underwater, and we're sending it right back, man. It's just everybody jumping right now, everybody connected. So thank you for the door, and the keys that we get to tap into, brother. I love you and the family. Wholeness.
Wholeness, Brother Curtis. This is Seclinda and
Cassandra.
We're tapping in from Oklahoma. Grand solar return, brother. There are no words. Gratitude for my journey and for everything that just doing the heavy lifting, man. Thank you so much. There are no words. So wholeness, grand solar return.
Wholeness Tribe, this is Ingrid. I am coming to you guys from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm super excited to be here because I usually work on Fridays. So this being a Thursday, I was able to join, and I'm super excited. So happy solar return, 7. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wholeness, Ingrid. This is Darlene from Bermuda. Happy birthday, 7. I am so full right now with the energy of this tribe, knowing this is exactly where I need to be, ought to be, and have always been. And I just want to wish wholeness and balanced vibrations to you now and every solar return through eternity, infinity, and beyond. Wholeness.
Wholeness from Bermuda.
Happy solar return, Bodhisattva. From Sarasota, Michelle, Wholeness Tribe. Love y'all.
Wholeness.
It's Michelle. Thank you for the light.
Yes.
Daniel here in Costa Rica. Saman, thank you.
Daniel.
You got, okay, here we go. Thank you so much for the space, for the elevation, for the synchronicities. Ooh, my brother's over there. Thank you for the levity, even the moments of gravity. Thank you for allowing us to feel our wings and to be weightless and to allow our expression over the repression. Wholeness. Happy birthday.
Wholeness Tribe. My name is Jared. I'm coming from Alexandria, Virginia. It's my first time joining. Peace to Brother Savan. Happy solar return. Thank you all for everything that you do. The energy here is ecstatic. I'm glad to be here. It's my first time. Peace and blessings to everyone.
Wholeness. What an introduction. We love it.
Wholeness. I
is Reem from Canberra, and an expression of my joy to be part of this family, but also for this special day that is your birthday tomorrow, Savan.
You
eternity. Thank you, brother. Wholeness Tribe.
Wholeness Reem, this is Sammy from Texas. Much love, Seven in the family. And synchronistically, Wind Tribe, I couldn't think of a word for you. I couldn't think of anything to put your essence inside of just one word. But synchronistically, what I felt was heart. And giving much love from my family to yours on your solar return, brother.
I mean, thanks, brother. Thank you.
Wholeness, brother Sammy. It's your brother Shucks, aka Randall, aka Shucks, out in Tokyo, Japan. Just sending my love, gratitude for you always, Sevan. This platform that you created is just incredible. Like someone earlier said, it's just there's no words. So infinite gratitude to you, your family, and just grateful to be here. Wholeness.
Wholeness, thank you.
Wholeness Shucks, Wholeness family. Thank you for always welcoming me home. And it's great to be here. This is Lucas, and I'm in upstate New York. Wholeness.
What's up?
Wholeness, Lucas. This is Crystal, bringing the energy from Atlantis, Georgia. Definitely happy birthday, happy Earth Day to you, Seven. Thank you for your consistency and your honesty. Thank you for bringing the truth every time and just, holding us together, creating this tribe. Definitely feel like there's another family out there, waiting to connect with. So I just appreciate all the great energy that's here on the line every time, and, the sharing the information, because, it's rare to get really, really good sources of information and, something you can trust and really, bring into yourself and not really be so external all the time, So yeah, I appreciate everything and happy Earth Day.
Thank you.
Wholeness Crystal. This is Jeremy in Stone Mountain. Seven. Thank you, brother. You are amazing. Infinite gratitude for you and everything that you've done. And like everybody else says, it's no words. I mean, you are just priceless. So I am eternally just grateful for you. So thank you so much. Thank you for Tribe. Guys, I love y'all. It's so much. So I appreciate all of you and I love you. Thank you.
Thank you for all your presence in all these times.
Wholeness. This is Rukia in St. Louis. I just want to play off of that. Thank you so much, Sevan, for everything you've done in upholding sovereignty and truth and love and everything else. So wholeness and balanced vibrations. I love you all.
Wholeness, Rukia. This is Nora. I'm holding Texas strong. I'm anchoring Tribe in Fort Worth, Texas.
Home Alexa.
I'm so excited to be a part of Tribe. I'm so happy and happy solar return. Thank you for being that reflection that we want to grow up to be. Wholeness.
Wholeness, Nora. This is Jim Lee. I'm coming from Spring Hill, Florida. This is my first time being here. It's a little bit funny how by 2011 I come across the YouTube channel, and I was watching some of the videos, and I subscribed to the video to the channel, and I absorbed all the information, but never wanted to join the tribe. And about a couple of weeks ago, I joined the tribe, and
nice.
I'm here, and today is my first day joining. Wholeness.
Okay. Wholeness. What a day to come in on too. You have a lot in front of you and around you. And thank you so much for your presence. And all those that may be on the other side, you know, just give it a try. You know, we can't always do everything open to the complete public because we like to have, you know, that cushion between us and just what's happening everywhere. So if you're looking for that connection, definitely take the opportunity and jump in with a tribe and see, you know, what it can do for you. And, you know, also what you can do for it. I feel like all of us are really in a point in our lives where we're really crystal clear on what we need to happen. And that's the best time to make it happen.
All right.
Wholeness Jim Lee. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Wholeness Jim Lee. This is Roxanne in San Luis Obispo, California. And happy Solar Return 7. I just want to thank you for the gift that you give me every day. I mean, truly, you are my hero. And I love you. Thank you. Wholeness.
Thank you.
Wholeness Roxanne, Wholeness fam, Wholeness 7. Jen, checking in from Michigan, birthplace of, you know, we got some Motown, we got some fast cars, and we got this this cat James Evan Bomar. That's right, dropping the bombs, man. Infinite gratitude to you. You know I love you, brother, and I love you, fam. Wholeness.
Thank you, brother. See you at that Stargate.
Oh yeah.
With the Dolphins from Australia, Wholeness Tribe, Wholeness Gin Gin. This is Jody from the Gold Coast, Australia.
Wholeness Jody. This is Aziza coming in from Atlanta, Georgia. Happy birthday, 7. So much gratitude and appreciation for all that you do for us. We love we. Wholeness Tribe.
Wholeness Aziza.
Wholeness Aziza, and that amazing. Do you feel that when the God speaks? Now, I am somewhere in Louisiana. I just read a sign that says Iowa. I don't know where I am, but I got a 12 MiG-90 T8 to my new home in Texas on Sevan's birthday. Not sure what portals, what gates are being opened right now, but it's huge. It is huge, family. It is big. We're here. Happy birthday again.
Thank you. It's huge. It is. Like sometimes you be looking for that special day on the calendar and all of a sudden it just pop up and it's like, yo, it's a special day today. Let's go. So we still doing our rounds. Like we're almost done with this though. Get it. Come on in. Cause you know, the train is the ship, the train and everything else about to take off.
Wholeness Valeda.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Wholeness Valeda. Seven, happy birthday. Tell you thank you so much for giving me the opportunity so that I can see who I really am.
Wholeness Michael, Wholeness Tribe. Super filled with joy to be here present with Tribe. Happy solar return to Sevan. Thank you for everything you do for Tribe and for yourself and for reminding us who we are. Wholeness.
Wholeness, sis.
Hola, Sister Julian. This is Nadej in Costa Rica. Earth Strong Day, Savan. Run fit.
Wholeness Nadej. This is Raisa in McDonough, Georgia. Happy New Year to you. As you rise higher, as you spiral up, we do too. Gratitude.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, thank you so much, Sister Nadesh, for all your gifts.
Wholeness Raisa. This is Jabon from California. Happy birthday, Savan, and Wholeness Tribe.
Wholeness. Okay. We're going in. Let me see. Let me check my lines real quick. If you got some headphones out there, you may want to put them in real briefly because we're about to go in. Let me just give it one more time.
So you know math is never just numbers. Our purpose. D-Mark got that. I can't be the first one who wanted to see my youngest son. Our purpose.
We have here nitric acid,
horrible, dangerous stuff blows you up.
How dare you?
Time changes space. Look, this flat ground we're standing on could have been at the bottom of the sea a million years ago. And a million years from now, it could be the interior of a huge mountain.
The galaxy. The galaxy. The galaxy. The galaxy. The galaxy. To your eyes, 100 billion points of light. But where you see light, I see worlds. Purpose. The galaxy. To your eyes, 100 billion points of light. Though the blood of a king runs through your veins, it is pumped by the heart of an explorer. The scholar, the alchemist, and though our hero's destiny might lie in the stars above, the beginning of his journey was much more down to earth.
Well, then why can't we see it?
That is 5.
I can't be the first one who wanted to see my youngest son.
Well, then why can't we see it? Well, then why can't we see it?
The bad energy, so when it rains, it pours. But then to a newbie, I'm rich galore.
Purpose.
I'm priceless, even in a jewelry store.
We have here nitric acid, glycerine, and a special mixture of my own. Together, it's horrible, dangerous stuff blows you up.
All right. So, okay, so that's how we do it. That's how we come up in this thing because, yeah, it's a new time. And, you know, that's why I said in the heading of this, I said, hey, you know, it's time to activate again. Because, you know, some folks be like, well, I already activated. You know, hold on. And I'd be like, no, again. Because each time you got to keep lighting resplendent. Each time you cannot go into the dying of the light. You cannot let the murmurs, the complaining, all of the energies coming from below, talking about the sadness and the saga, ready to be rejuvenated. You know, it's like the most powerful being listening to the most minor complaints. And that just shows you your ability to connect. I wanted to take a moment and say, yes, we've reached a point. No matter what from here, we already did it. It's already done. It's very interesting because, you know, sometimes people are hanging on your demise. You know what kind of things we're dealing with in this current culture. And it's like, I know something. And most importantly, I've experienced something. And I can never turn back from here anyway. And when I try to stop it, I realize that it's pulling me in. So why fight it? Meaning that existence will challenge you every time to truly bring in self. Either you will be written, meaning that someone will write your destiny and write your code, or you will be the great writer, you will be the great author, you will be the great storyteller in your own existence. You will paint your own sky. And from what you've learned here from your mother, your father, and your ancestors, you'll be able to paint that beautifully. You'll know what beauty is as we witness it around us every day. I wanted to take a moment in infinity to touch and connect, just to say we're here, we're present, we're alive, we're cognizant. Whatever this is, the spiral force, the motion, the quantum dynamics, whatever all of this is as far as the definition in the word is concerned, we are present. This came from nothing. And rather than spend all night trying to explain to you where nothing comes from, I am taking the moment to just recognize, there's no need to really put anything on it. We are infinite. And infinite consciousness is what we're up to now, being able to pass from portal to portal, dimension to dimension, lifetime to lifetime, parallax to parsec, and really, really be just on point with others that have also stayed on point with us as we've continued to shine our own light in our own beam, but also be a part of the collective, the great paradox itself, the Biggie Smalls, the conundrum, the thing that always boils the mind. So I take this moment, I take this time to say for all of us that we've come into union, we've been able to create a perpetual energy. Anything that is perpetual, it has the spectrums and the components of what you've seen today, this evening, wherever you are in the world. In some places, it's already the 22nd, in this great celebration of each other to what we've been able to achieve so far. And we're just getting started. And I wanted to take this moment to just really send this vibration to all those that are in their own physical and mental, spiritual prisons, that they will get this transmission, they will get this frequency, and it'll come to them in the proper harmonic for them to be able to truly see the way out is actually the way in. Going inwards, understanding is proving to work because every investment is in you. And what we're doing in this space is we're bringing the value. So I just want to let you know, though, because this is infinite, if you ever find yourself in a moment and you feel like that you're lacking, whatever you prefer, we don't have to argue with you if you want to receive glory, honor, abundance, to receive these things, everything that you prefer, if you feel that you're lacking, and remember this space. And there are many of these. As we go forward, I wanted to say this moment of being able to say we've delivered what I feel is the most advanced metaphysical ecosystem on the planet. We deployed secret energy, and we brought about an ecosystem that also addresses even sovereignty, financial sovereignty, spiritual sovereignty. We've addressed the elephant in the room. We've also been a part of training some of the most enigmatic speakers and thinkers of our time, whether they want to admit it or not. And tonight, we also bear witness that the rewards of doing such things as this is your brothers and your sisters will shower you with thanks. So we've been able to prove, despite that the world does not want to reward grand deeds for others, that it is actually very beneficial. So we are pushing forth a new level of awareness, a new projection, something that is grounded and rooted, and also something that is limitless. And this is the ancient knowledge that our ancestors have given us. And also in this time, it is only most unfortunate that this ancient knowledge and this ancient wisdom has also found itself in the hands of those who covet it most, only to keep some level of control of us, because this level of power, which is very real, is very well what will change everything. It could be any one of us. It could be all of us. It could be 20 of us. It could be 50 of us. This level of balanced awareness is capable of doing miraculous things. But we find that power is not just for one person. It's to be shared. The supreme soul itself is a vast being with multiple components. And when all of those components are working together to ensure the connection and the safety of each other, then it is endless. And at any point that we turn away from that design to learn the lessons that come with that, let us always be courageous and wise to realize how to put things back in order. And so I wanted to say, one quick second here. Let me pull myself out of the sound box. That sound is so good in there. I just was like, wow, the sound is just great here. I just want to stay in here. Whew. I wanted to say that now it's about what comes next. This is not something that is like, okay, we're just gonna, this is it. You know, we plateaued out. We got even a celebration going on. You know, the tribe's in the house. Everything feels good. We're balanced. Everyone's where they want to be in most cases. And then if you're not, then we got a solution. We got so many solutions. It's just drowning out the problems. So now it's like, what's next? And that's why I'm saying we reach a point, because it's like, okay, we got it. We fully beta tested a complete system of being able to bring someone from madness all the way into total equilibrium, and also unlock their uniqueness, which everyone is anxious to see, because we just never know what's going on in each human being, something special, something unique. And so we're on to something here, because as I said before, if it's going to come from somewhere, it's going to come from us. So we are making it our work. We're making it what we commit to, that we're going to come into the space and we're going to make it shake. We're going to do some things that really change the vibrational frequencies, and we're going to move this fear, and we're going to move this idea of death. And that process has already been initiated and proven to work. So if you're just getting the transmission, great, because it also means that you've come so perfectly timed that even a lot of the heavy lifting that has to come with getting certain levels of knowledge and bringing certain levels of awareness has already been done by our ancestors. They've carried this all the way up until this point, and now the baton is being passed to us. And what that has everything to do with is it has everything to do with an initiation. And, you know, this word has always been a touchy situation, a touchy word, especially for those who are avoiding dogmas, societies, and these kind of things. But I ask, for once, what is the initiation of life? Is this advent into this space called Earth about overall an initiation into something? And it turns out the answer for sure is yes. It turns out that our births, and that's plural, births through multiple elements, are our initiation. So when we say this word, the fortress, we notice it already evokes the word four. I was like, maybe this is like the wife of four. And when you dig deep into this, what it shows is the reason why it evokes that number is if you can imagine that nowadays you need to be able to set up something that can take on different types of scenarios. It's like if you have something that it only can handle one element, and you are going through something that's completely about a different element, then you're at an extreme disadvantage. So what a fortress is a fortress is having the ability to not only understand elements, but also be able to transform yourself into the element that is going to allow you to be able to neutralize, if necessary, situations that's going to come about. But this also means that you need to get familiar with the elements, that you need to have a relationship with these elements. And a bulk of occultism and even angelics in itself, the speaking of angels, is all like the longest story about explaining something so simple about how you were built and what you really have and what you really are as being fire, air, earth, water, and aether. And even though every day we are present with these energies, we can blow air, We even know how to change the heat inside of our mouths so that we can fog up things, so we can even call forth the heat. When we're running around and we're doing some exercises, this fire starts coming from us and it's emitting this energy. We're familiar with this flesh, which is the earth itself. We know it's earth because it's going back to the earth. Everything of the elements is going to claim whatever belongs to it when the whole thing, disperses, if you may. And so your pneuma, your consciousness, is what we're refining these experiences into now. And so I feel that the final initiation of those on earth that are prepared for this next stage of expansion is the activation of the 4 elements, because it's factual that in every ancient system of initiation, that's what they took you through. They took you through the process of getting to know these energies and mastering these energies. And I'm also elated today to announce that we have now initiated the 4 elements inside of Sovereignty Mentorship as a way to continue something that I feel like, personally for me, because there's so many other different things I can be engaged in. There's so many planes I can be on. I feel like that I would like to let everyone know what I felt was unfinished. I wanted those that wanted to continue to go on with this journey and with this projection in their own unique way to know what I saw in each of these elements to what could begin to bring them in balance. And this is also has to come in a way where one understands the elements themselves. And without a lifetime of studying these type of elements in certain settings, I can only bring you these elements in today's setting, 2021. What is the condition of air, fire, earth, and water? And how does our mastery in 2021 of these elements create a fortress for us to withstand any level of onslaught? No matter how much they fire upon it, it will only serve to make it stronger. How to put ourselves into the geometrics that survive the tests of time. And so when I say fortress, that's what I'm talking about. Because on the real level, because I think there's many people here that the reason why they actually tune into what's happening here is they understand that I'm a real, they got terms, spiritualist, occultist, metaphysician, but I'm in that. I'm about that life. Like every day, every hour, and even when I'm asleep, my whole consciousness has been trained to consistently go deeper and go back to the surface. Go deeper, grab the elements in the gems, come back to the surface and put the pieces together and restore the relics of humanity for all of us. Not for a couple of us, a few of us. Like if you can already see it, if you don't apply a total solution, you're going to have someone or a whole group somewhere missing out and creating more of that, being the leak of all of the connection. So it's like, even if we all come together, but there's a few people that don't, that's where the energy is going to leak at. So of course, some think it's a joke. I heard the other day, somebody said that I'm new age. These days I'd be like, so what does that even mean? First, they were like, they said you're new age. My first response was like, who is they? And the reality is that while we're still trying to find the bad thing, there's so much stuff happening around us. We got to ask ourselves, why am I even trying to find the bad thing? Why am I always wired towards paying attention to somebody else? Well, who even said who even bought in this work thing? Why am I working from 9 to 5? Whose idea was that? Oh, I mean, it's just like the system starts to cascade and you realize, look, if I want to be straight up, I'm into something. I may even be way over my head, but I'm having to do things that I don't even like to do. And so this is why society is at a pivotal point, because you see that financial systems, all these different systems are like, and they're like all get ready to pass the baton, like, and who's going to do it? And it's like, we have to ask ourselves, so why is it that we haven't really seen a strong upsurge in the human spirit to actually start, just whatever it's supposed to be? And it's for sure been because of the division. Like my exploration of the field of consciousness, everything to do with, as we say, spirituality is the study of spirits, our whole perception of what the spirit world even is, all this is just amok with like games, horror movies. They've taken base of the ancient knowledge and made foolishness of the ancient knowledge. Symbols that now are on sneakers. So who's going to pick back up the tower is really what's the matter here. There's a ancient saying about this entire place that it was like a temple in itself, and it was built perfectly. And then one day it was shattered. And now we're in this space and we're putting it back together, but we need to know what elements are we putting it back together with? What are we putting it back together with? We're putting it back together with elements. How do these elements manifest in our reality? So let's take a journey through the elements. Let's also take a journey through the elements with thinking of today's practical solutions for these energies that are coming through. Because when I say this is the unfinished work, this is the work that it was going to take everybody to do anyway. It wasn't going to be something that just Seven Bomar could do. There was going to get to a point where it was going to be like, okay, so the skeleton is here now, but you breathe life into it. And while there's something calling me and saying, hey, you need to be here in this space, working on this quantum level. You have the technique, you have to have the ability. You just need to spend the time. And what I've been doing, I say, yeah, but there's definitely this creation that we put together that is the springboard for more beings being able to reach that stage of their consciousness where they're ready to explore their inventions, right? The things that you see, like a simple device that just taps tuning forks. Just automatically tap the damn tuning fork and keep the damn thing going on all day. This is simple. Make the software on the phone so the regular cameras can plug and adapt into the phone. This is damn simple. This is what they would call disruptionalism, to create things that it's like a pinpoint acupunctural point of something. Because, sometimes we're just trying to figure out what to do. And all you got to do is hit the nerve of what's going on here. And then all of a sudden, everything, all the energy from that channels into that point, into that moment. And I've always been like, so let's assume it works. This is a conversation at night with myself. Let's assume it works. Then what? What's going to happen? Everybody's going to be coming in. They're coming into what? Let's say they wake up. What are they waking up to? A nightmare? What do you got for them? All right, because that doesn't look too good. You need to keep them asleep right now then. You don't even need to try to wake them up because they're just it's gonna be shambles. Like I used to do that all the time when I first came out into the vast levels of consciousness and the vibration was running through me. It's like I'm gonna give it to you all in one moment. And you would just watch the person just melt away. You would just lose them. First, it'd be like a sale sometimes. You see when they bought it, and then you would keep going. Have you ever been in one of those things where you're just trying to explain to someone the consciousness or whatever, and you get to explain it to them, and then they're interested. They're like, wow, this is good. And then there's that one moment they're like, whoa, and it really blows them. That's when you should stop. But you keep going from there, and then next thing you know, you just watch them start glazing over, and I'm losing them. So, we were in this process of creating an entire bridge, as I mentioned, from the hood. I mean, the worst of the worst, the Gaza Strip even, all the way to the Airbot, all the way to the highest level that has ever been marked inside of this chasm, to connect through those spaces. Because the essence of the knowledge that we're talking about is what it makes a poor man rich. It makes a cripple climb trees. The miraculous level of the awareness of who you truly are. It could take a mind that thinks that it's nothing to seeing first, but you dream about everything. And just to learn how to work with what you have. So what these elements are going to do for us as that initiation is upon us of the earth being birthed. You know, this is what the labors have been. You see, they still want, you know how when you came out of the womb, generally, most of us in the United States came out of the womb and was hit with one of them shots right away. Am I right or am I wrong? So this whole thing about birth and shots seem to love to roll together. And so we're watching in itself the birth of the entire plane, but that birth, you know, we've gone through several births. Now it's like, okay, so what could come next? Next is the awareness of your power of air, fire, earth, and water. So fire. Actually, let me begin here with the air. Where do we leave off in the air? Now, what we set up in the air tribe now is that we've said that the being that is coming through that is feeling the air energy is not at that stage of saying my happiness and my connection to myself is dependent on someone else. I'm taking responsibility for that. It's not about me and everybody else. Like what you see an eagle, a lot of tiny eagle be up there flying by itself. And it's saying that I'm ready to understand the blueprint, the exact blueprint to how it's all put together so that I can make the ascent, so I can do the climb. And so now we're saying that we've been able to deploy a thorough process of going from, okay, I'm not concerned about everybody else. I'm not here to say he, and ha. I heard some knowledge that interests me because it feels like the continuation of what's already going through my consciousness. I've seen just how universal this knowledge is. It's wow. You be thinking somebody stole your stuff. Like, damn, he stole my stuff. What the hell is going on here? But you'll realize very quickly, it's like, no. It's just like, it's our stuff. It's flowing through. And anybody who taps into that, it's going to go right there and begin to connect with them the same way it's connecting with you. So that awareness of getting that activated, though, and that process of also sidestepping the hebdomad, okay? They call this the hebdomad, crossing the hebdomad. Our ancestors were aware that there were 7 energies that you would cross over when you were crossing the netherworld. And so they talked about how to address each of these energies. And so now that's what we're saying is if those energies are in the wrong order, in the wrong perception inside of your consciousness, you basically just face most of the time confusion, monsters, fear, bad definition. So we give you a blueprint, which is not only the language, but also the symbolism that ties into the language and its origin from the stars for you to be able to, okay, have something to navigate the journey that's not dependent on somebody else's opinion. If you want to check back what somebody says, hey, you know, these things are aligned to Orion, you'll be able to immediately pull out your equipment and be like, yeah, that's right. And it now matches up with this, meaning that there's a certain level of awareness, certain level of knowledge that our ancestors put here. It's in our DNA. It's in our memories. That's why they call it, they say it's the Kabbalah, meaning to tell someone about it, not to ever write it down, but to be taught it by someone. And so these keys, these codes to the language and the symbolism, that's the air. When we move from the air, as now in my perspective, in an air tribe, meaning that we have a specific directive inside of this tribe. It's literally like a 0 to 4 or 5 or how many different deployments there are that you need to go through in order to master that element. Once you go through that process, there still has to be, even in the air tribe, some level of engagement or what we call accountability. And this is why I'm calling on the tribe this evening about accountability for our brothers and sisters that are in the space and to leave a robotic state of consciousness where even our whole response to people is like emojis. And, you know, we just kind of like default say a few things, but we haven't really connected. We haven't really communicated. But that has a lot to do with when communication's just going everywhere. These tribes are elements are specifically focused on an energy, but you have to engage. You have to be able to continue not only what you are creating, but also the vision in a whole of the energy for this world. So where did we really leave off, if you may, with air as an element? I want to explain this from my standpoint. For me, one, it's what of the dead? Just as simple as it is. What of the dead? As spiritualists, metaphysicians, this behavior of a person leaving here and us not knowing what happened is ridiculous at this stage of our awareness, to not have clear answers in that space. Now, of course, we have notions, we have theories. There's even methodologies of communication, but still, as something clean and thorough to be able to answer directly to a child that was asking you this question, as I was asking this question when I was 5 years old, to be able to proficiently explain the answer to that. This is where we left off in the air, meaning that I'm personally willing to say that I can augment and assist anyone inside of the air tribe in the level of inspiration needed to go in the proper path, to know about such things as even a collective. But for me to try to do all of these different things, as I'm going to explain to you here in a minute, and what still needs to be done in all of these elements, what still needs to be mapped, that's not possible. So it's in the world's hands now. It's in the collective's hands now. It's in the hand of our unity. Let me do something real quick, though, because I have a tendency to go nuclear. And let me just get a little water real quick. This is probably a good idea for everyone here, too. Just get a little bit of water. And I'm going to take like just 3 minutes. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, I had went through my first cup of water. See, remember, I had a whole entry point coming in tonight, and I had quite a surprise on my hands. So that means I had to move out my whole tie schedule and everything. Y'all should have seen. I came in, I was lit. I was like ready. I had already gone through like 3 or 4 mixes in the headphones.
Holdings, brother, real quick, can you just double check that the YouTube is spotlighted?
Okay. I think when I'm spotlighted, that's supposed to spotlight everything, and it says I'm spotlighted. So if I go to speaker, it shows me.
Yeah, I see the whole tribe basically.
Really? Okay. All right. So what about now? Do you see? Maybe when I hit gallery, it shows everybody. So let's let it breathe, because I normally have it on gallery. So let's let it do that, and then we'll keep going with it. So the elements, as we know, are we want to ground the elements into what we're dealing with in this time, in this space, because there is plenty of fanciful explanations about what the elements are capable of doing, their personalities and their powers. And what I feel like, if there's anything that I specialize in doing, is it's actually bringing it into the space that we live in right now. And with the air power, if you may, it involves this path of you being aware of exactly what's going on from the occult levels of the world. And obviously that leads to a certain point. Like if you say, yeah, I really want to understand, spirituality. I want to know everything about metaphysics. It's going to lead to a point where you're going to have to just confront directly the whole process of death. Now, we know that your transition from this world into the dream world is indeed akin to death. and that anyone that wants to prepare for that transition only needs to begin to practice the things that actually allow them to become lucid in their dreaming. And also there's many traditions such as Toltec dreaming that have a plethora of data about just what is going on in the dreams. We also find out that Morpheus, if you may, is the god of dreams, and it's a reference to that the dream plane itself, as being said to be 7 times more stronger than the plane that we're in, is actually the plane where when you quote unquote die, you would at least be crossing over or embedded within to this space too. And so if you would get familiar with the process of actually leaving this place and going into your dream and still staying awake, this will prepare you for actually leaving this world and then transitioning into the next. So basically you would start doing it before it actually finally happened. This would be what would be called in the ancient and the holy books to have a gentle release. There was talk of how many people, when being challenged to leave the body finally, would basically try to cling on and hold to the body, but the force that would be trying to separate them from their body would kind of like rip them from their body. And in that process, it would be uncomfortable versus a person who just releases themselves because they don't have a fear of where they're going. We also see this on journeys and trips with certain substances where there's a, wow, am I about to go crazy or nuts or die? And then there's a struggle against that versus complete like, okay, I'm dialing out. And then the transition just happens. So I suppose this would be the same thing as if you were having birth and you were really struggling in the birth versus you were doing the Lamaze and you were breathing and you were relaxed, based to how the experience would be. And we know that also the experience of the transition shapes the being that is being transitioned. This was also found in many of the teachings, such as Victoris Kovinskis, about how the soul would, in this tense, be coming into this space as a beam of light, but actually even hit like a meteor would hit another rock, will hit other objects and cause certain debilities within the person once they were animated into this space. So they would be analyzing the auric field for what type of damage was taking during that first initial impact. And that impact from there would spiral through the person's body and cause the pattern of the damage to be a more weaker part in the person's body, right? Okay. So when I say air, what I'm saying is as a person becomes, let's say, a master Therian in this case, of just how the metaphysical planes are put together and how things work, and they have all of the gods and the entities inside their conscious harmonized and not warring with each other and all of that, then they would be able to accomplish also mapping the dream world. Because the dream world, you know, just in a simple point-to-point system of us actually charting what kind of spaces we're experiencing in the dream world on a nightly basis, and then beginning to see the commonalities and mapping the commonalities out on a grid, we will be able to actually map the plane itself and be able to identify where a person actually is in the dream world, also known as the netherworld. So mapping the dream plane. And what I feel is the continuing of the efforts of that particular element, that is what would be necessary on Earth. That's also as one goes through the element Earth tribe inside of sovereignty mentorship. These are the things that I would love to see conversations around, think tanks around, intentions around. And as I said, I have some creative input, but it's also about the beings that, hey, this is their life. This is what they do. This is what they came here for. So when we talk about the fire, because we're going to move through the elements from the height down, even though, you know, when they say what came first, the chicken or the egg, this is a wild thing when it comes to elements, because you actually see, if you position the elements in the proper order, that you get water at the base element underneath earth. And it really hints to say that for sure things could have come from the deep, from darkness to complete blackness, what obstructs light, if you may. And so it's just very, very interesting insight, but we'll get to that here in a moment. So fire, if you look at Earth today, you really get this energy that people are working on their body. There are some people that they just, it's night and day for them to keep putting themselves together and refining who they are and even reaching a superhuman level. And so if we shift an element here, for us, we have created an entire path to working on two things. One, seeing advanced regeneration within your body. And then the other thing, which we feel like is associated with fire, is seeing actual real financial growth in your life, and how both of those are really connected together. How when you're leaking energy, even if it's leaky gut, it's definitely leaking out of your bank account too. And that the current that you're spending is the same as the current within your body. So while you can keep working externally to try to fix your money problems and your debts, you got something that's running up those debts faster than you can even fix them, that can easily be patched inside of your body. And then you can start retaining energy. And then so this teaches you inside of the fire tribe how to recognize those elements how to recognize that in your life, how to recognize that with people around you, your energetic transfers, and that fast track, if you may, to actually understanding the right elements that you need to let it out the cargo hangar, meaning like all of the extra weight, all the extra fecal matter inside of the system. And then you'll be like overwhelmed for a moment in realizing that as you see a financial shift, that you actually can work internally to change things externally, because that's how it all works. And so it's a very interesting insight. And if I can say, if there's anything that is still inside of that fire element that would be a continuation of the legacy, it would absolutely be the superhuman itself, or also known as Ishman. This is born of fire. It's very interesting when you look at the elements, because they're literally four earths. They're four births. And the birth through air is kin to the birth through the spirit. It's funny how like all of the words that have to do with air actually mean light. So you would actually think that fire would be the light, but no, it says air or ore, which also meant gold, is the light. And this is a part of you. This is your spirit. And then they have this fire being that was created. Like they talk about the smokeless fire, also known as the Ishman. There's a layer of this body inside of the human being. And you see that's definitely the energy that the athletes, those who are rigorous with their body and continue to light the flame to burn the oil within the body as a sacrifice to the higher levels of awareness that you can achieve when you do such things, the aesthetic itself, to see that refinement continue to regeneration. And to see the laws of regeneration brought into the world again is where I feel the mastery of fire for us as a tribe is going to happen. Also sovereignty, because as you see, these components have to do with finances. These components have to do with the condition of your body. This is a sovereign. No one can generally take on the position of a sovereign without having either physical or magical strength strong enough to protect a tribe. So that process of continuing for us to stay in shape is also the inheritance of sovereignty. And you can see how that ties in directly with, of course, sovereignty also means you not having to ask anybody for anything, from electricity to fruit to water to the main things that are also the powers on earth. And so that is the fire path. That's where it can continue to actually be enriched. We also have the earth tribe, and the earth tribe in itself, as you see with each of these energies, bringing it into this space today, we see earth as the initiatory ground itself. We're going through the initiation, whether we want it or not. It's happening all around us already. So because of that, we see that earth is the predominant place that's happening. And we have a system here that's letting us realize that we're going up a ladder of lights in our education. We're actually being initiated through different energies. We have different energies on the spectrum. We know that there's lots of, we even got names for them as far as planets are concerned. We have these energies moving through, but we have to learn also how to navigate the space while those energies are moving through. Some of them can be passive. Some of them can be very abrupt. So still in all of that, you're in this engagement, you're in this communion. And because of that, you're in an initiation. And climbing the ladder of lights, which is also your spine, is to first start off with the foundation. So when we put the Earth Tribe together, it was from the inspiration that we know some will come into the space and just feel the vibe, but not necessarily know the beginning or where to start or what even the structure is about in itself. And giving respect to that is that direction that we turn when that is needed. And I'm going to finish this and then finalize with just understanding how each of these elements in reaching a level of mastery in each of these powers gives you a whole different level of stability here on the planet, hence the term the fortress. So we see Earth, again, that's the groundwork. And that's at least having that. What is the onboarding phase? Let's say I know nothing about this. How should I start? And we deployed systems such as Initiatory phase 1, phase 2, that actually take someone through the process from the ground up. Even your friends, people that they say, all right, you know what? Weren't you talking about this? You know how they always say, hey, I got somebody that likes that kind of stuff, that talks like you talk, right? And then they always turning people on to you. And what you need to have now is something that you can say to a person, hey, go and do this. And you know, because you went through it too, that this is going to be the most proficient thing. And remember, we deployed all that stuff for free. Like, this is about actually putting the tools and the process and the experience in a person's hands for them to actually get it. It's like from the time that they come in not trusting, like, I'm not going to spend anything, even on myself. They always trying to get your money and all of that church stuff and all the things they got. And then we just give, like, here's this. You don't get 600 videos. Here you go. Like, it's right here for you. Everybody that's participating inside of Sovereignty Mentorship is there because they enjoy the space and they love contributing to the space. And for me, when I come in, I'm in every week, and I've been, or strong, as we call it. And this is like 12 years, and it's just starting. And now we're reaching this huge milestone. We're saying, okay, we've now got this all developed, and we've taken the onboarding process. And so again, this is Thursday, it's the day before my birthday. I said, we just got to check base. We took the onboarding process, especially now for the ambassadors and who the ambassadors are working with. And we're saying, what is it specifically for you that you're looking to get accomplished? Because we have an array of materials, and now we are putting those materials in a way where you can actually start going through that process. But what is still required of you is that you actually engage, that you actually do it, that you actually communicate. It takes your effort. Like, sometimes it's like, okay, well, we're in Geneva, right? So sometimes it's not on WhatsApp, it's not on Telegram, or who cares today, or I'm talking to somebody else, or I'm on Instagram. But the more that you give it, your attention and your culmination on a plan, okay, this is what we want to do. Is that something that piques your interest? Is this, because you'll feel your element. And even for those that are out there also in the YouTube, just understand, like, as we go through these, think about what is your element? Where are you really at? Because whether you decide to jump in or not, it still can give you a pointer of, am I the air right now? I'm really not. I've seen it all. I've been to the parties. I've been to the clubs. I know a little bit about occult stuff, but I definitely can't say that I'm adept. But if I could just get to that knowledge directly, that's what I need right now in my life, so I can understand the ascension process, so I can go and then come back, because that's what happens. You go, like some of us have gone far. I mean, a whole nother, just different geometry, the whole nine. Then come back and sit right with you here and hit the beats even. You see what I mean? So that's the flexibility of the water. That's what we have here as our part of our communication and our growth in communication in that element. So it's like, okay, so are you there? Or are you like, you see your body and you're like, okay, yeah, I've been a little bit lazy. I definitely eat what I want. I'm not in shape. I need this regimen. And that's what because you don't have the time. We call this, this is a person that doesn't have really the time or the tolerance to be actually sitting through anything that's not showing them immediate results. Some people already know, hey, I'm going to have to learn this. So I can't learn it all in one night. Let me pace myself. While others are like, show me the entertainment or show me the transformation or else I got to go. And so this is that fire element. And again, also on the financial level, some have that clock running for themselves the moment they jump in. It's like, okay, well, I only have a certain amount of time, a certain amount of resources before I'm just canceling. I got to go do something else. And it's like, okay, slow down. And for one moment, if you're understanding the wealth thing, let's make sure you're understanding the body thing and how that ties into that with your energy. And then also let's make sure you understand that wealth is now being automated. Like you watch Big B rip through $66,000 again. So everybody that was sad because they bought at 54 or 60 or wherever they bought, you can cash it all back in and you can go home now. You can even cash in by the night. I know they had a little flash dip or whatever. But if you don't understand the technology, like it's so simple sometimes. Everything that we taught, sometimes you have to think, so what were we taught and what's going on? We know that the God is the money. So minus the Ethereum thing, which I talked about as Aether being the next level of energy, did everybody ever look at why Satoshi or Sat or a Satoshi would be used as a term? And could it be possible that Bitcoin is directly related to a Saturnalian energy, which is basically the entire construct of the reality always evokes this level of energy? So now one of them equals 66,000 of the denominator that the world is generally trading in, meaning that the world is all the gold, the dollar has always reigned supreme in the world because that is the currency of the World Bank. So everything is compared to its value to a dollar. So we saw the euro, we saw the rand even down here, but then we got one that's way up there, 66,000. What does that say about the energy in the world? So it's just about when it comes to finances, because someone's like, okay, so I don't know. And they're always trying to run from one energy right into the hands of another energy. It's about mastering forces and realizing that, as far as the money thing, the money should be working with itself, because technically money in most cases has certain energy on it. It's like radiation. In touching too much of it, engaging in too much of it without a good level of quarantine has its own pitfalls. And again, as we mentioned, a lot of current or a lot of money all of a sudden can also fry out your system if you don't already have the conduits necessary to absorb that type of energy. So when some of y'all run around like, wow, why am I not successful? Why every time I sell, it keeps going up, and then when I buy, it goes down? What the hell's going on? And it's like, this is like just energetic dynamics. Your parents are going to want you to learn this anyway. So it's almost like you can be in this little prison by yourself, this little box of imagery and thoughts all by yourself, going through all these different lessons and finding synchronicities along the way that others are going through the same thing, and never think for one moment, maybe that's the entire design. And the moment that you come online and start becoming aware of what's happening, you can start distilling like most of the ancient knowledge and what's really being said. And now what I'm telling you is like, without the four elements, you're basically naked. This is why they called them the four angels, right? But these are more akin to wombs than genderless winged men looking creatures, meaning that these elements are initiatory phases through the womb, especially water. But there's a birth or a womb of fire. There's a womb of earth. There's a womb of air, right? The womb of air is even deep because it's light. Meaning like air is the lightest element, but it's also light as in shining. And we never see that. Maybe the wind that we're feeling in the daytime could be light, just light moving through. So it's like elements teach you certain things that are not like just directly talked about, right? So that fire, again, are you that person that's like, I need to get these results? Or are you that person that says, look, I have the time and the energy. I already know that I need to start from the gate because my foundation is going to be what I'm standing on. I'm not so cocky like a neophyte where I feel like I just want to go to the depth knowledge first. Let me go to the air. Take me to the air. And, you go up the ladder of lights and then fall off that thing. It's like, okay, you good? You all right? So it's just like, so where's your ground at? You only can go as high as your roots go as deep. So, nobody in the space shuttle was thinking about taking off first. they're working on the launch pad and making sure that when things start taking off, that the launch pad can hold stable. And then also there is the other thing called landing. Remember that. And if the roots are not solid, the landing and the takeoff, bad form. We've seen it so many times. We've been directly attacked at times by these people, you know, and just their imbalanced Kundalini going into other realms, thinking they're seeing certain things, turning against people around us. So the wildness, right? And we're all along for the ride. And so, but we're talking about mastery here. We're talking about this is how you get there. This is what's tried and true. Also in real time inside of that tribe. If you say, yo, I'm going through this, it should be so synchronistic of what someone else is experiencing or someone else is seeing. So this final thing, because actually remember, it wasn't a super long presentation this evening, but it did kind of turn into a massive festivity. So the intentions actually came through. So we're seeing the path on the journey. So, okay, so as I mentioned, in each of these paths, because I told you, hey, I want to see more pioneering in the superhuman. For Earth, what we need to see in that Earth element is we need to see our library clear and our paths very direct. So clear from all confusion in the path there, because the path is not the journey. Right. So it's like in this excuse me, I guess what I meant to say directly is that the map is not the journey. OK, so even if a person does have a map of how to go through this process, they still have to go through it. So we don't need to make it more difficult by letting them find bad maps. So what I feel like is with the initiation on Earth, because this is an initiation going on, it should be very clear to, if your child asks you about it, or even an old person asks you about it, you can give them the direct path of journey of Earth, also even with its elements. And we've started this process of the correspondence of elementals. This is finding out what tree connects to what plant, because there was a lot of work on all this already. So we brought all that work back in and we put it into Initiatory because it files in really nice. But there's still like work that has to be done there. I would hope at one point we would be able to see something similar to a virtual cloud of the events that have taken place through spiritual times, especially from a linguistic level, to understand where we've been. Right. So I feel like that's all initiatory stuff, because it's when you get started. So it's like thinking our children should learn what and why. How are we preserving what we've gained and what we've learned with this awareness? And to me, that's the work that still remains within Earth. And then finally, we reached the water, and the water was interesting because it's everything to do with now it's time to regenerate, to reset, to raise, like all of the vibrations and tones about the water, because it's like when things need to be remade again, they go under the water. And this is why they still carry that tradition, of course, in the baptismal. But more importantly, it is the direct awareness of the baptism of the womb of water. And so anytime a person is going through that reset process, and from our perspective, because Earth is where we have designated for you to go through the process from the ground up, we feel that water is actually connected to being able to regenerate a person, reset a person, bridge a person to something. You see, so it's more of an active principle, like how can you perform the water, or how can you perform the healing on the world? Can you give it regeneration? Can you take someone with a mindset that's completely just off alignment, totally programmed, reset them, and then get them actually on the track, and then actually get them onto a bridge into where they can grow with their consciousness? So see, that's the water, because you got to be able to go deep. Because sometimes it's easy to say what you don't like about a person or what's wrong with a person. It's much more tougher to try to go in there and fix it. And so at this stage, I would say for sure in our world, we always need to be very aware of all the beings that are doing great things, and to make sure that they get supported. Even if it's just with words. Words are more than enough. Just letting those around us know that are still going in on this, helping others, doing things, let them know that they're appreciated. as we keep going through this process, you know, we have some healing still that has to be done, but we need healers to be able to do that and to know how to carry a message, to carry energy, to be able to be showed more because you didn't go crazy over yourself of what you had experienced up until that point. This is the process and this is the journey. We call it the InterVersity, that everyone that has been a part of Secret Energy and remains with Secret Energy now has been through. I have one more thing because I wanted to finalize something that I saw in the original Emerald tablets. And it was actually a reference to something very interesting, because while many have thought these statements that are being mentioned are actually about alchemy just directly, and they start trying to think about elements, they missed that what was being described was actually about us, human beings, and that we have to be on point because there's already an awareness of how much power we have. And many times in history, we've gone through a process where it's like even what you see in the world today, it just kind of seems like for many people, it's like they're being kind of like harvested in certain ways. They're just kind of being groomed and then harvested. And so this is just something to be aware in the Emerald tablets of what it spoke, because remember, the Emerald tablets is not that long thing that they be passing around these days. It was only a little bit. And so I'm going to share my screen here really quick. So again, in any system in the world right now in secret society, their god is Hermes, who goes under many names. And when I say their God, I'm saying it's a system of knowledge, it's a system of awareness, and it's a system of wisdom, and it exists as long as those pyramids have been here. And so I just wanted to start up here really briefly. And I wanted to read this because I wanted to show how, again, one of the most occult works that is still in the world today is actually a reference to us, and why so many have still tried to find this energy, covet this energy, steal this energy, etc. And some actually know what they're doing, as I said, you know, with humanity and human beings and their power and their energy. But in most cases with occultism, few have been able to penetrate these mysteries because, see, the mysteries are surrounded by monsters. So in that respect, a person cannot enter into the sanctuary because of the cherubim, as it said. The cherubim is like this huge, ferocious Cerberus, they call it. It's a three-headed dog, they even show it. It's just like all this fearful symbolism around all these energies, because these energies are ferocious. These energies are very powerful. The energies that you carry inside of your body, they're very powerful. So it's almost like it's a conundrum. We unlock your power, you go nuts with your power, others get hurt, you get hurt. So what do? However, we don't unlock your power, and those who naturally corrupt things and distort things and deteriorate things, we have to succumb to that. Do you understand what I'm saying here? I just want to make this very clear. These two different paths, if we turn and activate and enlighten humanity, and they use the power and it corrupts them, then it's almost like it would have been better for us not to even have given it at all. Because they're not only going to hurt others, they're going to hurt themselves. So you see how that's pretty much the number one reasons why the doors of the sanctums have been closed. Until as time is, you can't just keep the doors closed forever. Something else happens. That's why it's always important to see the transitional points between things. Something else happens. Now, because the knowledge hasn't been given in so long, the actual energies that they basically degrade. It's like mold or fungus, right? So it's just a natural cause and effect of, well, when we're not activating beings and turning them on to their light, then mode starts to grow on things, and then they get into this darkness, this fear, and this dank level of awareness, right? So now we have no choice, basically, but to activate humans to their power and trust that enough has happened in the world for them to make the right decision on what to do with their energy. Because you should already know at this point that if you decide to take the powers and the energies and obliterate yourself with them, you won't be the first one. But what I'm asking you is, what if that was the whole thing? That you just needed to be the one that actually understood the power, but you weren't trying to, I don't know, make all the girls fall in love with you or control a bunch of people, have 5 servants, or whatever weirdness could come about in a dream. That you decided that you were going to actually utilize this power within to do great things, because great things is the quote unquote money of the next world. Giving the gifts or charity is what balances out debt. You see what I mean? So it's just like you could create like this quantum giving machine while you're here on earth that can perpetually fund your energetic experience in the beyond. Facts. So, but the power in itself, make no mistake, the power in itself is power. So it's not like something that it's just this innate, it's not functioning, it's foolishness, it doesn't work. So we'll start here. It says, in it, as will be seen, are on one shield a lion and on the other a double-headed eagle. This is coming from the Book of Words, Albert Pike, one of the lost books, pretty much to what they mention. They always mention his work on Sirius, which actually came from the Dogon, because Albert Pike was a part of the library to where when they were going into all of these cultures and they were pulling their holy books, they were funneling them directly to him. And he was coming back in and basically not necessarily rewriting anything. That's what the interesting part about the earlier books were. The later books are clearly written by multiple authors, but there's just specific things that we're honing into here. And what these things are saying is, it says, at the top, out of a cup which stands on the sign of the planet Mercury issues 2 stems, that at the right having its end in the sun, and that at the left the moon. Below these are Mars and Venus, Jupiter and Saturn. To each of the last 2 of hand points, the last 2 fingers closed on the palm, the tablet and its preface are as such. Okay. So what I'm telling you is that this tablet is a direct reference to the human being, the body that you're actually in right now, that you're calling the human being. That is called the tablet. So watch this. So it says once, so this is Verba Hermetis Pymander, right? So this is Hermetis Trismegistus Pymander. So they're saying that Hermes in one of the incarnations is also Pymander, who we also know is also affiliated with Pythagoras. This is the school of Pythagoras. Their god is Pymander. Now, remember, when we're saying God, what we're saying is a system of belief that has been going on since the upright cobra, which was actually a symbol of the male phallic symbol, was functioning. So this means even all the way back in Abu Simbel, so way before any of this stuff that we start seeing as far as modern Greek interpretations, there's a direct reference to a cobra, more directly a naga or a hooded entity, actually being somewhat of the primordial aspects of the human being. Let's say the one strand of DNA. Okay. So it says, once I was reflecting in regard to entities, my mind greatly exalted, but the sense of my body lulled to the unconscious, as when they are heavy with sleep from the satiety of food and bodily labor. Okay, so what is being explained is now called the hypnagogic state. Look what it's saying. When my body is lulled to the unconsciousness, as when they are within the heavy sleep from the satiety of food and the body of labor, right? So that's that moment where you hit the hypnagogic state. And then he goes on and says, I seem to see a very great, somewhat, or indefinite dimension that called my name and said to me, What doest thou desire to hear and to be told and to behold? And what by the intellect conceiving to learn and to know? I said, but thou who art thou? I indeed, he said, I am Pymander, the mind of him who is the Lord. I know what thou desirest, and I am with thee everywhere. I said, I wish to learn existences and to understand their nature and to have cognition of God. How? I wish to hear. He said, have me again in thy mind. Whatever thou desirest to learn, I will teach thee. When he had said this, he changed in form, and thereupon all things were opened to me in a moment. Okay, so what is directly being said is that the human is a universe. But if we flip this on the outside and someone is going to try to express the universe to you, it would be like a thought inside of your mind. You would start having this conversation with yourself. And in this process of your conversation with yourself, you would be able to, like when you go into a dream, be opened in the moment to all of what exists. Let's keep going here because some may not come to that definition until just a moment when you see the finalization of these tablets. And again, the reason why these tablets are so important is because the whole foundation of occultism rests on these tablets. But there's been a lot added after that by priestcrafts that came thousands of years later. So it's like basically saying, so from the horse's mouth of Thoth, Hermes, etc., what was really the knowledge being transmitted or transcribed? What was alchemy? So it's going to say here, this is true. And from all envelope of falsehoods remote. Okay, so this is saying, so they bigging this up right away. They're telling you, there's everything we're about to explain to you. This is it. This is the ultimate. After all of our research, this is what is the most important thing. Anything that's a lie has been removed from this. Now, again, when you go and you find Smara is also the name of emerald in Smaragdina, right? That's the name of emerald. So this is the emerald tablet. So remember, the emerald tablet has been retranslated, changed, made longer. And so the only copy of the original emerald tablets that I've seen that's authentic is the one coming from this book, because this book was given to their initiates as they began to create their God, which goes on later in the book. But it goes on and says, this is true, and from all envelopes and from all envelope of falsehoods remote, whatever is below is like unto what is above. By this are acquired and perfected the wonders of the work of the one thing, in which manner also all things become from unity through the contemplation of unity. So all things are from this unity. Through conjunction, its father is the son. So this is like, if I'm going to give you a riddle, who am I talking about? Who is this unity and this thing that we should be contemplating on that is connected to unity and the perfection of all things? It says here, he's going to describe it. It's like sitting in front of the Sphinx. Its father is the sun. Its mother is the moon. The air conceived it in its womb. And remember, that's another reference again to air, on why air is not what everybody thinks. Everybody don't even see air, never realizing that air is a womb of light. So it's conceived in the womb. Its nurse is the earth, the mother of all perfection. Its potency is perfect if it is changed into earth. So watch this. Okay, so they're describing the human being. The human being is the only one that its mother is the earth, its father is the sun, etc., or mother is the moon, the father is the sun. That's the human being. But watch what it says about the human being. It says its potency is perfect, so we can create things. If it is changed into earth, meaning if we put it into a body, separate the earth from the fire, the subtle from the light, the gross from the heavy, and all prudently with modesty and wisdom, this ascends to heaven from the earth, and again from heaven to the earth descends and receives the potency and efficiency of things above and the things below. So it's saying basically that humans, as we are plants. We're planted. I'm going to read it to you again. Its potency is perfect. Okay, so this is like, okay, are these seeds that are going to grow? Yes, their potency is perfect. If they're changed into earth, and then you separate the earth from the fire, the subtle and the light from the gross and the heavy, and all prudently in modesty and wisdom. Okay, that's literally showing you the structure of the world. The structure of the world's design is to separate the earth from the fire, the subtle and the light, the gross and the heavy, and all the prudence and the modesty and wisdom. So in your consciousness, because we're talking about your body, we're not talking about just the external kingdom. We're talking about your body, your consciousness, your being. It's saying that when you basically distill yourself in your own agony or your own fire, you ascend from heaven, or excuse me, it says this ascends to heaven from earth, right? So you're literally transitioning yourself, because you're basically burning off all of these lower levels of your makeup, and then you're boiling into this higher level of who you are. But then it basically explains, though, that but you still, once you get to the highest level of what you are, you distill back, as it says, look, this ascends to heaven from the earth. So they're basically saying, so those humans, when you plant them, they'll go all the way and ascend from the earth to the heaven as they become more aware and they become more wise and they become more refined. So that part of you will go there. And then it says, and it receives the potency and the efficiency of things above and the things below. In this way, thou mayest acquire the glory of the whole world. Therefore, thou wilt avert all darkness and blindness. Now, this is where you got to realize, what is this knowledge specifically about? This is knowledge to someone. It's saying, hey, it's not just saying, hey, this is to all the students in the class. This is knowledge specifically to someone, some group of beings, some priest, some alien, someone. And it's giving them these instructions specifically about the human being. It's first admitting that if you plant them, they go through a process of refinement, and what's refined rises to the top and then actually comes back down again and continues this process. So it says, so it's saying, okay, so directly now it's talking to a person that wants to acquire the glory of the whole world. This is language arts. Like if you're saying, so who is this being addressed to? You said maybe it's to an alien, maybe it's to who is it? It is addressed to someone who wants to acquire the glory of the whole world. Okay, so we can keep going with this. We know this is addressed to that kind of person or being. Therefore, thou wilt avert all darkness and blindness. For this is the fortitude that carries the palm away from all other fortitude and potency. For it can penetrate and subdue all things subtle and heavy and hard. In this manner, the world was established, and hence its admirable conjunction and effects to be wondered at, since this is that way by which those wonders are effected. And on account of these things, they call me by the name Trismegistus, since I possess 3 parts of wisdom and philosophy of the whole world. My word is consummate, which I spoke of the solar work. Okay, so this is where it's coming to a crescendo here. So just to demystify this, again, it's saying, if you take this element or this body through these procedures, basically you remove it from blindness. You give it fortitude, right? So this is a step-by-step process of awareness. You bring them out of you got to explain something to them to where the light turns on. Bring them through experience that the light turns on for a moment. Then from that point, allow them to see that this type of fortitude gives them the potency. This is what we were saying before. Like if you're patching these holes that you have, you gain strength from that. And then from that point, you can penetrate all the subtle things heavy and hard. This is like when you're literally breaking through. and you're connecting with something that, let's say, other people may be afraid of, or other people may not even think exists, right? And then it says, in this manner, the world was established. So through this exact same process of what we're saying that you can refine yourself through, the same world you're living in was created that same way, right? So we're just going to finish off here. It says, this is the most excellent saying, and which bears away the palm from all others uttered upon this subject, as the Theosophrastus also taught the corollaries of this art. The sum of the saying consists in this: receive the moon from the firmament, change it from its place above into the water, and cast it upon the earth, and then thou shalt work a miracle to be wondered at by all the world. Okay, so this is just giving you a final summary of what happened. This is the final summary of what happened here on earth. There was an instruction to receive the moon from the firmament and change it from its place above into the water and cast it upon the earth. So this means that something about how the moon is positioned and the energy that it is casting to the world now has been changed a little bit. And in this changing, it says, and then thou shalt work a miracle to be wondered at by all the world. So what this means is that, see, when everybody has the same level of power, you don't really wander after somebody like they're a god, because it's like they have the same level of power that you have. But if you put imbalances into the world by messing around with some of the celestial objects that are actually in this sphere, then what you basically create is you create a being that you can actually create a miracle in front of. Like these technologies have become miracles for people. Medicines have become miracles for people. But all these things that you could create yourself. And this is how you're going to know this is exactly what it's talking about. It says the sum of the saying consists in this: receive the moon from the firmament, change it from the place above into the water, and cast it upon the earth. And then thou shalt work a miracle to be wondered at by all the world. But if thou shalt conduct the operation to the end, and from the beginning shall cast it into the sifted earth, which in our part is prepared of a loomy earth, purge and free it from that. And then it shall shine with far more splendid in radiance. So in a nutshell, what that last script is saying is that the way that human beings were brought into this space was in certain ways for them to be cultivated for something that wanted to rule over everything, as it mentioned before, of how it can take control of all the power, all of what goes on earth, the souls. They call it what belongs to the air, who wants to acquire the glory of the whole world. But we're now here after the fact. We still have people that are working in certain ways with this craft that have lost the true meaning of what this initiatory process is really about. We have an implementation of knowledge that is now in certain beings' hands about just how much power and light we have, and how if our energy is harnessed, it could actually be utilized to control the whole world and the creation of the worlds that come from this. And you are here at a time where you can make the greatest level of difference to plans to use this knowledge and this power of these elements and these souls and these precious beings that are here on the planet. And now that time of all of our initiation begins. We will look at these elements inside of us, the air, the fire, the wind, and the water. We will look in our lives and see how is our communication, how is our health, how is our regeneration, how is our finances, how is our knowledge and awareness, how sound is our blueprint. And we will take this one step at a time based on what we feel like in our lives is what we should address first. And I trust that each person here will get to the point where they master all 4 of these elements in their life, and they reach the stage of avatar, which that said is one who can master all of the elements, and that we can continue to go forward in this life as knowing that this was a great lesson that we all learned together. I wanted to say wholeness and balance vibrations. Again, I kind of started in a certain vibration of frequency, and I'm so glad I had an opportunity to see actually before the build today, what is the true foundation to such fortresses, such fortification? And it's beings around you that celebrate you and celebrate your life. And I wanted to extend that connection with everybody that is on this today, this vibration, that we are the fortification. We are, as they say, an internet. We are the lattice work of DNA that is stretching across the abyss that has no end and beginning. The world is here because we think of it. We cherish it. We have memories here. With all the things happening in the world now, you're going to need your powers. And while it may seem so practical, it's got to start from somewhere. So think about your element. Think about what you need to bring into your space. You can always touch in with us at any point in time. We have full-on support. We have groups, but it's still up to you. So I'm just going to take this moment in time to, just breathe. And as we go forward from today or tonight, depending on where you are, that you remember that whatever we're dealing with in life, that there's always solutions for it. That there's always solutions. And sometimes, like, you can get so tired of being betrayed. You can get so tired of being proven wrong. But this is your time. Like, all of those things that happened were for you to be able to get to this point to where you will learn from all of that. And then now your vibrance and your resonance has you where you need to be. Now you have to decide to jump in with your brothers and sisters and realize that even today, all of the commemorations that were given to me was because I decided to give. If anybody is on this line today and they're like just looking for the magic pill or the secret word, the only thing that can cause all of that is when you shift your heart to realizing that, man, I really, really have to be smarter than and more intelligent than and more connected than these energies that are moving through at times. And I need to really, really start implementing how this works. And I know what it's like to always be on the receiving end. Something starts happening in the reality. Now you need to change your life up versus the giving end. Like, what you decide is going to happen actually happens. So to activate that energy in your life, that's how you have to bring yourself into the space. But there's a starting point for that. And so I trust that everyone here will enjoy their time inside of the Element Tribes as we get them cranked up. We've got everyone onboarded yesterday. So as we spin into next week, it'll definitely be in full effect. Also asking for those that are creative in such areas as we mentioned today to step up and to step into self and to what you can create with others. Do something dynamic. The space has been created for you to do those things. So I have a hard time saying goodbye. I'm not sure exactly what the closing will look like here today and what anybody may want from me. But I'm going to take a moment to let lines be unmuted for any final thoughts. If you had a question, if you had something that you wanted to deliver, I'm going to open it up for that moment. Because again, I came in here and I had like a structure as normal, but that way of life always delivering to you what it wants happened. And so I'm riding with that. So is there any final requests?
Hi, Savannah. No requests. This is Kawanda in Nashville. I do want to just say gratitude for your mom being on the line. We hear so much about her, so we're just happy that she could be here on your date of birth, your born day, and just for her bringing you forward. And we appreciate you both. Many more solar returns.
Thank you for that, sister. Absolutely. You know, giving thanks to all of our mothers, without whom we would not be here. And these wombs are the reason why we exist. And this is, again, why I'm mentioning that all of the elements are wombs themselves. And every birth is indeed akin to a baptism into a new level of power and awareness. And we've already been through multiple fields as we stand in this one now, layered with multiple kingdoms and worlds of power. Let us realize just how precious that is. Like, just see yourself. So, yeah. What's up, Destin? You got some final requests over there? Anybody else got any requests? All right, tribe. So, you know, this is what we got for this evening. I wanted to send love to all of those that had got opportunity to join. Also to our YouTube crowd. Thank you so much. It is Thursday. Maybe, you know, it looks like Thursday is the poppin' day. Maybe this is the day everybody's available. I'm going to go ahead and kick in one more mix for the evening. And as we go ahead and smooth into Friday tomorrow, I will be thinking about you. You will be in my heart. And, yeah, there's more to come. Like, there's always more. But as I said before, I'm asking directly, you know, for this tribe to step up and step in and to see this vision and see where it can go, see how you're connected into it. And, you know, really just kind of smack yourself if you may, and just be like, hey, all right, let me see. What am I here for? What am I going to do? Like, I'm here for legacy. Like, I'm going to leave anyway. Trust me. And so while I'm here, you know, what can I do to really make an impact and change in the world? What can I deliver into the space that we know will be something that is even everlasting? And these are the things that I would ask for you to consider today. So let's hit it.
Though the blood of a king runs through your veins, it is pumped by the heart of an explorer. The galaxy.
Demarcate here.
Time changes space. Look, this flat ground we're standing on could have been at the bottom of the sea a million years ago.
The scholar.
We have here nitric acid, glycerine, and a special mixture of my own.
Like there's no end to this. Knowing our immortality, knowing who we are, knowing how much we uplift each other, putting smiles on our face every day just because we can. Removing all the doubt, the fear, the turmoil, all of that. Making that work and be constructive for us.
Time changes space.
To your eyes, 100 billion points of light. But where you see light, I see worlds. The scholar, the alchemist,
Woo. Okay, tribe. Well, that's what we got for this evening. I trust that everyone knows there's a lot more to come. We're going to be exploring some things and seeing just how many people we can really get into their awareness, and much more awareness on the planet will actually equal the times of the vibration and frequency that we call the day after ascension. So that time after the healing is done and all the energetic connections that we can enjoy together, then where we're entwined and actually in alignment with our divine purpose. Thank you so much for being you. That's all that's really requested here. We give thanks for you. I'm Seven Bomar. This is the tribe. Thank you so much. Have such a great life, infinity, wholeness.
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 Wholeness. Wholeness.
Wholeness.
Love tribe.
Wholeness.
Wholeness.